to the DTL universe. And all of you newbies out there, welcome and thanks for finding our brand. We are live before every single primetime NFL game. Simulcast on Stadium, wherever you find Stadium, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube TV, Roku TV, watchstadium.com, and, of course, the Stadium app. And we simulcast for you OGs out there on our YouTube page. I am the coach. I'll be navigating this little next 60 minutes we used to have tonight for the Bengals on the road in the shadows of New York City, taking on the Giants. Now, we have 4 games that are still in progress. Quick update, the Steelers almost finishing things in Las Vegas, 32 points on the board. They, in fact, scored 25 straight, 32-13. They're going to win to add one to theirs. Falcons and Panthers, that game's still hanging in the balance. However, we have hit the over in that game, 28-20. Falcons have the ball up by 8 in Carolina. The Chargers up by 10. Broncos have the ball at home. It's been all Chargers all day. The big game, Lions and the Cowboys, a lot coming out of this game today. The Lions, we almost just cashed the over, but a touchdown was called back just starting the fourth quarter, but this one is over. It's all Lions, 37-9. They have looked every bit the part, but devastating news. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. Potentially the best defensive player in the entire NFL. Led the league last year in sacks, Aiden Hutchinson. It looks like a compound fracture. His bottom part of his leg basically snapped in half in the third quarter. Respect from everybody. He was carted off. We're waiting for an official word, and the Lions have just kicked another field goal, 40-9, with almost the entire fourth quarter to go. But what an awful, awful, awful scene for the Lions, who look like they could be the best team, not just in the NFL or NFC, but in the entire NFL. All right, we will continue to update. We've got a lot of games from earlier, some not really shocking, but just teams that are cementing their place as we get through week 6. All right, those are all of the updates, all of the housekeeping. I got the best crew in the business. So without wasting any more time, it's time for the picks. It is our normal crew on a Sunday night. AB is here. My numbers guy, Raphael, is here. And, of course, the only 5-star chef in the game, Seabass, is here. Quickly, before we get our biggest reaction to this afternoon, AB, your thoughts on Aiden Hutchinson and what an awful-looking injury today in Dallas.
Brutal, and especially for a guy that is Michigan, right? Deeper than just the Lions. And if anybody knows what compound fracture means, brutal.
That's what it was. I mean, the video speaks for itself. And Raphael, we're always looking at the numbers. I asked you, I said, what are their odds to win the Super Bowl? Because today they look like a Super Bowl winning team with him as their best defensive player, however.
Yeah, it was just devastating. They were 8-1 over at FanDuel before the first game in London that kicked off. I mean, of course, the Kansas City coaches are plus 450, San Francisco 6-1, and the Ravens plus 750. But the Lions would have got a lot more action. It's going to be interesting to see now that Hutchins is out for the whole season. Are they going to still be able to play that? Because their defense is probably the weakest spot in that team. So just devastating injury.
Yeah, we're looking at a Division C, Bass, that has potentially 4 playoff teams in that. Clearly the best division so far, and he's the best player in it.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, and he's a key to their defense. I don't know if he's the best player in that division, but he's definitely up there for sure.
Oh, he led the league in sacks last year. He's the leader for Defensive Player of the Year. So, but it's obviously an arguing point. All right, we had 6 early games today. I want to get everybody's initial take to those. AB, I'm going to come to you. Texas scored 41. They beat the Patriots by 21. Drake May, his debut as a starter. Commanders lose by 7. Thank goodness I bought that half a point. The Ravens looked awesome. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes, over 300 yards. Nick Sirianni, what's he doing? They win by 4 over the Browns. Packers win by 21 over the Cardinals. And the Bucs score 51 points in beating the Saints. And Joe Flacco started 1 in Tennessee over your Titans. What's your biggest take from this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, first, Nick Sirianni, this is the beginning of the end, and it has been once the fans start chanting, fire Nick, when a game you're winning and going to win and have won, and you're yelling back at the fans, it's over. You're just counting it down now. And he's the reason absolutely. His energy was gone. It's been gone. Baker threw 3 picks and scored 50-something points. Wild day, man.
5 interceptions between Baker and Spencer Rattler getting his start for the Saints. 78 points combined. Raphael, let me come over to you. A lot of storylines going on today. What's your biggest take?
That the Saints scored 0 points in the second half of the game. We're just talking about these two teams hate each other. There was more laundry on the field than in my basket in my closet in that game. I couldn't believe it was the ugliest game I've ever seen, but a lot of fighting in that game. That's what I wanted to see. But how do you not score any points, Saints, in the second half?
That is really bananas. 27 in the first, nothing in the second half. Seabass, what do you got?
Man, I'm just irritated that I got hooked on that Ravens Commanders game. Like, that game was so under the whole way. I had it, and then I didn't have it, and that's how you get played. It's just the hook. But man, it's been a crazy day, and the Baker Mayfield's putting up 51 is crazy. That guy is just having a season so far.
Yeah, he definitely is. Right now, Lamar looks like he is on pace to win his 3rd MVP. I'm just trying to think back, guys. We were talking, I can't remember AB exact. Oh, I think it was Football Friday, and I said the over would come in, and somebody was in the chat, and they said the under. Do you remember, AB, who that was?
Yeah, it was somebody, but Dak with another pick right there. That's exactly what we needed. Got that.
I wonder what you thought.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Take the heat off.
On 4th down, too. Yeah. Look, no. Like, CBS was talking about it, right? So, like, that's what we were saying on the show, that, like, the Ravens are so hard to figure out because they could score 17 points or they could score 117 points.
Yeah.
And you never know, man. Like, they're the most difficult team to figure out. I swear. It's so tough. Thank you, Dak, by the way, because that's probably his last series, too.
And you had him over having – what was your play on that?
We had over 1.5 interceptions in that game. He threw 2.
Oh, there you go. And the other positive is it's at the 1 yard line, and we need 4 more points to catch the over. And it's 1st and goal, 13 minutes to go. So that may be good for all of us. I'm on the over in that game. So ching. All right, gentlemen, we got to look towards tonight. This could be a season. There we go. Touchdown Lions. The over comes in. It will soon be 47-9. So in 3 games, 44, 28, 47. Good job, Cowboys. All right, now let's go to New York. The Giants coming off a big win in Seattle, AB. If you want them on the money line, it's plus 150. So Cincinnati, there's been a lot of road teams that were favored today. 3 and the hook, and they're 1 and 4. What are we doing? Total 45.5. Your initial take.
This is must-win territory for both teams. Strangely enough, the Giants are in better situation than the Bengals are. Look, this is unloading the banana clip tonight for Cincinnati. There's no reason not to. Conventional wisdom says to keep your defense off the field, but you're 1 and 4, right? Like, you just need to keep scoring. Cincinnati's going to try to score every point possible that they can tonight because, again, there's no reason not to.
You have to. And Raphael, let me come over to you. Japan in the chat says Giants plus 3.5. If they can win tonight with Washington losing, the Eagles at 3-2, Cowboys are 3-3, the Giants are right in the thick of this thing.
Yeah, and if you're Danny Dimes, you get to go against one of the worst secondaries in football. The Cincinnati Bengals, everyone is scoring on the Cincinnati Bengals this year. So he can look like all the Mannings at once tonight if he wants to. So I like Danny Dimes to put up some big numbers, and I'm leaning towards the Giants.
All right. How about you, Seabass? Because I'm also leaning towards the Giants tonight. You give me 3.5 home against a Bengals team that figures out ways of losing. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the Bengals do figure out ways to lose, but we already talked about it. This is must win for the Bengals tonight. The Giants, even if they lose, I mean, they weren't expected to win anyway. So I like the Bengals. I like them to put up points tonight. I just think they get it done. I like the Bengals over cover the 3.5.
Okay, very, very good. By the way, Atlanta scores another touchdown. They're up 15 with 5.5 to go. All right, our best bets. And if you're new to this show, we do the props just after the bottom half of the hour in our Prop It Up segment. These are our straight ones, team bets, whatever fit into that category. AB, big boy, let's start with you.
All right, one play here. We're going to go Bengals-Giants over 2.5 turnovers. All right, I got this at DraftKings, but you can find it pretty much every single book. DraftKings, it's at D/ST props. Just scroll down. You'll find it. Look, we're going to talk about the no-fly zone in a little while, but there are going to be turnovers in this game because this game is going to get weird right out of the gate. Also, is there something with Dan Campbell and Mike McCarthy? Because Dan Campbell isn't stopping. He's running it up his ass, and I don't know what is happening, but I think that there's something Mike McCarthy did to that man one day, and he didn't forget it.
Do you think there is? Like, seriously, do you think there is?
Most teams don't go 47-9. Like, I mean, he's just letting it rip.
It's Dan Campbell. The guy doesn't have a serious thought. Like, he just does whatever comes into his crazy head in the moment.
Yeah, that part is true. That part is true. He may be pissed off that he lost his best defensive player because, I mean, the looks on their faces were like, and then it's sometimes you flip it and you go, damn it, let's go. And that may be it. But there's still 13 minutes and 18 seconds left in that game. AB
He doesn't want it to come down to a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he had Jared Goff in and went for the 2-point conversion and then had him get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, letting them know that they just punched it in. Yeah, dude.
Wow. All right, Seabass, this is crazy. Seabass, let me come over to you. You got 2 plays on the Bengals. Talk to me.
I like the Bengals all night in this game, as I already mentioned. We're going to take them first quarter over 5.5 points. We're going to take them first half over 13.5 points. If you look at the first touchdown score, which we're going to get into later tonight, I know they've all the guys under plus 1,000 are the Bengals players. So they're expecting the Bengals to score first. They're expecting the Bengals to score early. They've scored over 7 points in 1 out of their 2 road games so far, and they've gone over 14 in the first half in both of their road games. And the Giants also have given up over 14 in both of their home games.
Chase just had an interesting point, not to cut you off there, Seabass. Remember last year what happened between the Lions and the Cowboys? And it wasn't really a Mike McCarthy issue, but Chase says maybe he's still pissed off because remember he got blamed for all of that, not going for 2 and not like maybe that's it.
He's tried to score with linemen twice, which they tried to do last year. Like, you're right.
That's right. On a hook and ladder this time too. But remember last year didn't report in, then maybe that's it. Wow.
He doesn't want to leave it to chance. He said, I'm pound it right in. So
got Jared Goff throwing passes.
So Seabass, being up 38, he's a little scared right now. Up 38.
It's the NFL, coach. You never know. Any given Sunday.
You both are so true. All right, we got one more straight play on this game. Raphael, big boy, I'm coming to you.
Campbell's trying to get into college football playoffs. He's looking for style points today. That's what he's doing. But I'm going to go for 6-point teaser today, moving the spread and the total 6 points. We're going with the New York Giants plus 9.5 and the under 52. Why not take all these points with Danny Dimes at home with a horrible defense that I mentioned before that the Bengals have? The Bengals are 3-7 against the spread against NFC East teams, and they've lost 3 straight against NFC East teams against the spread. I just like the Giants. I think the Giants have a big night. They could almost be in first place if they keep on playing. This is the way the Cowboys are, and the Cowboys live bet right now is 38.5.
Wow. The live line is 38.5 on the Cowboys game right now?
Yep. Total is 64.5.
Oh my God. So 56. So they're actually covering the live number right now by 0.5 point. Even the books think that Campbell's going to keep scoring points. Holy cow. You guys might be onto something. You might. I got to be honest with you a little bit. I kind of like it. I like a little edge. Give me a little edge, Dan Campbell, but learn how to game manage. Would you one time? All right, we still have a lot to get to here on Primetime Live. Having a great time. The live number is amazing. Don't forget on your way in, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button for us. It really helps the show grow. We've got key matchups on the ground and in the air. Of course, we've got the no-fly zone coming up in about 3 minutes. And also, we still have props. We're just getting started. It's DTL Primetime Live only on Stadium and the Stadium app. We're back right after this. All right, all you degenerates out there watching on our YouTube, you know it's time for a little parlay action because Raphael absolutely loves them. The Bengals, AB, are the away team. What do we got for them?
Raphael's going to love these, all right? Got 3 options here. First one, Bengals, money line. Just win the game. Jamar Chase, anytime TD. Joe Burrow, 225 plus passing yards, plus 240. All right, Bengals, money line. T. Higgins, anytime TD. And Daniel Jones, 1 interception or more, plus 385. And finally, Bengals minus 3.5. All right. Andre Iosivas, anytime TD, and Joe Burrow, 2+ passing touchdowns at plus 850. Raphael, where are you going?
For entertainment purposes only on this parlay, I'm going to go Bengals money line. The first one, Jamar Chase, anytime TD, and Joe Burrow, 225 plus passing yards. I like Chase to score at anytime TD, so plus 240 is a good value. And for you two players, fours are popping up everywhere in global books right now, so probably going to close at 4 tonight.
Close it at 4 indeed. All right. Seabass, where you going?
I'm taking the big money tonight. I like the Bengals on the spread. Iosivas has the most red zone targets for the Bengals this season. And so if he gets one, I'm sure Jamar or T. Higgins probably gets one as two. So give me Joe Burrow 2+. Give me that plus 850 tonight.
Feeling it. Coach, where you going?
You know I'm going number one, AB. I like the Giants getting plus 3.5, so I can still cash with this one. With the Bengals on the money line, Jamar Chase, his numbers are kind of low, I'll be honest with you. And Burrow to go north of 225. AB, you said they're going to score as many as they can. That means more than 225, yes?
Yes. Oh, yes. They're going for it. I mean, Joe Burrow threw 300 yards and a loss. Look, I'm going with the last one. Minus 3.5. All right. Iosivas, anytime TD. Burrow, 2+ pass touchdowns, plus 850. I'm rolling with it, man. I think it's a big night for the Bengals.
All right. Now, remember the number when primetime dogs were talking 4.5 or 5.5, right? Raphael, it's not that 3.5 number. It's got to be over 4.5, right?
5.5.
5.5. I knew it was up there. All right, so 5.5. So a lot of those numbers, throw them out the window when it's 3.5. And maybe if you like them, buy it down to 3 if you so choose. Sometimes we recommend. I won on the Commanders today because of that half a point that I bought. All right, we are back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back. We are live on Stadium, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Roku TV. The Dallas Cowboys. Well, what'd you say, Raphael? Plus 38.5 was the live number. They have it first and goal at the 6. And Dak Prescott is out of the game, but they do have a chance if they can score here. If you were that gutty to play them live at plus 38.5, first of all, tip of the cap. Second of all, you got problems. You got issues. Now, we just cashed over 1.5 turnovers in this game. Why? Because we listened to AB. If you're new to DTL Primetime Live, I'm telling you right now, you've never seen anything like this. We dive deep. We tell you why, when, how, where, what, all of the questions right here in the no-fly zone.
Let's take a look here at Joe Burrow against this Giants secondary. Now, secondary's not too terribly bad, but Joe Burrow, the Bengals, they're 1-4. And let me explain it like a car, all right? You have a nail in the tire. You're 3,000 miles over the oil change. Your fender's falling off. And people are asking, hey, you going to run the football, right? That's like getting a car wash with all that. They just have to go. All right, Joe Burrow is going to throw the ball all over the field. He can make every throw in the NFL. And quite frankly, it's the defense that's been the problem for the Bengals. You flip this over, take a look at his tough spots here. It's actually middle of the field, intermediate. That's where he gets into trouble because, quite frankly, him and his wide receivers, they get into a little confusion exactly of when cutting the routes on and off because the Giants can bring a pass rush. Watch out for the left side, too. That could be a trouble area for Joe, especially if he's not paying attention throwing across his body. He tends to do that today. King Modi says we won him $3,000 today. Let's go on that. I love it. Flip that over to Joe's final spot here. Game scripts. First quarter, first half points. It is unbelievably vital to put the New York Giants in a brutal spot. Score points, play from ahead, and force New York out of their comfort zone. All right, you're going to see an uptick in rush attempts, both from the two-headed backs of the Bengals and Joe Burrow himself. Elevated time of possession. They don't want their defense on the field all that much. Deep shots galore, son. He's going to be throwing all over because you're 1-4. Why the hell not? 3 out of 5-star rating. Interception because when you do throw it deep, trouble kind of happens. But Daniel Jones, flip it over here. Now, I want you to understand this Giants offense. It is all about throwing to the left. When he throws to the right, he gets into trouble, serious trouble. You take a look at the Bengals secondary here. They're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. They will pick you off if they get you unbalanced on offense. So what does that mean? Forcing Daniel Jones to throw to his right-hand side. Take a look here at the next slide, and you will see Daniel Jones, intermediate right, short right, deep middle, intermediate left, and look right there at the line of scrimmage, right behind it. Why? Hands up. Tip ball leads to Oski, leads to going the other way. Daniel Jones could be in hell tonight if the Bengals score early. Watch for the Bengals to throw deep literally as soon as the game starts. They might even take the ball if they win the coin toss. Flip it to the final slide, and you will see Daniel Jones, all right, throw left, run right. That's what this offense is built to do. You're going to see an increase in Daniel Jones' rushing attempts as well. Elevated short passes across the middle of the field and creative delayed screen passes and draws. 4 out of 5 star rating for Daniel Jones. And if you want to use the car analogy for the Giants tonight, all right, it's like you just bought a brand new car and you got a full tank of gas and insurance and you have no money left. You cannot mess up at all. At all. You need to get to work and get home and get that car out of risk. Because if the Giants get out of balance tonight and the Bengals playing from ahead, that's when bad Daniel Jones comes out.
Bad Daniel Jones comes out. A couple of things. You mentioned the 3K. If people watch the morning show today, hashtag it pays to watch live, me and you together, I believe you were 4-0, right, AB? 4-0?
I missed one. Kyler Murray didn't throw a pick.
He didn't do anything today, by the way.
No.
He quit. Watch his bilingual was terrible. He just quits. I've been saying that. He quits. Stop it, Kyler Murray. You're making too much money to quit. So we were 6-2. I was 3-1. You were 3-1. That's how you win. That's how you cash right there. 3-1. And Charles hit the team total with the Falcons over 26.5. They just kicked another field goal. They're up 38-20, I believe now. You can't make this up, guys. Guess what just happened? Detroit just intercepted again in the end zone. And Dak's not the only one. Everybody's throwing interceptions. Backups, Detroit, I don't know who the hell their backup is. He's in the game right now.
Hendon Hooker played at Tennessee.
Okay.
Yep.
How many Tennessee quarterbacks are in the damn league? Damn.
A lot.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's throwing the football. He's throwing the football. You can't make it up. Oh, my gosh. This is too much. All right, let's get back focused right here as we compare the two quarterbacks coming out of the no-fly zone. You guys got educated on the no-fly zone. Now, here are the numbers, Raphael, for both Joe Burrow, he's got all-pro talent. Daniel Jones shocked the world when the Giants gave him $40 million plus and then wouldn't pay Saquon Barkley. But DJ is playing a little bit better. But as we compare these two tonight, what we just saw from the no-fly zone, what do you expect, Raphael?
I'm expecting numbers for Burrow like we were always going to see, but I'm expecting better numbers for Daniel Jones, not better ones than Burrow, but I think he's going to have a nice game. I think his passing yards is very low, opened up at 219.5, and it's dropping to 215.5 his total yards. I don't know why they don't think Danny Dimes can throw against that awful Bengals defense. So I'm thinking for a big day for him. Passing touchdowns at 12 and 6 is very eye-opening, but I'm still saying this Bengals wide receivers, don't forget, they were in shambles all summer long because everyone wants to get paid, and so far none of them have gotten paid. I think that's why they're 1-4.
There are some global books. I looked at a bunch of books that have Daniel Jones over-under for his yardage as low as 211 in some places. There is no confidence, Seabass, when it comes to DJ. And last week, they scored 29, but it's a little bit inflated because the last one was a blocked field goal, and they take it back to the house. But this dude has shown against the Cowboys, he looked viable for a lot of the game, did he not?
He did, and I like Daniel Jones. I think he's a solid quarterback. Is he a franchise guy? Is he going to win you a ton? I don't know about that, but he's going to put up numbers. Joe Burrow's going to put up numbers and lose. It doesn't matter. Daniel Jones, the Bengals defense gave up 220 yards to Andy Dalton, who hasn't played in however long. Daniel Jones is going to go over his passing total tonight for sure. They're going to be playing from behind. He's going to have to throw.
Has to throw. And Avi Laker says Daniel Jones is going to look like Joe Montana against this sorry defense tonight.
The problem is that his number one receiver is out in Malik Neighbors, the first-round pick out of LSU, and that dude's got 50-plus targets this year. Daniel Jones loves this guy. So you're throwing to Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, and Jalen Hyatt, right? But take a look at the completions at your book for both quarterbacks. It's like 21.5 for Daniel Jones. I think only 23.5 for Joe Burrow.
24, yeah, right. Like 24, 23.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So what that means is the books are telling you that both offenses want to run the football and keep their defenses off the field. That is exactly what they want to do. So yes, pay attention to that. Those are really low numbers, though.
Yeah, they really are. The attempts, by the way, 35.5 for Burrow, 31.5 for Daniel Jones. This morning on Driving the Line, the morning show, this might be a good time to ask this question. We were kind of joking on whether or not Doug Peterson would be fired during this week as the Jags are playing 2 in a row over in London. But AB, they're calling in the chat, and I'm seeing online this for Mike McCarthy. Is there a shot that Mike McCarthy, after week 6, potentially could be out in Dallas? It's crazy.
Yeah, you never know with Jerry Jones. Like, I don't think so. Like, I think Jerry has enough respect for McCarthy to let him finish the year, but you never know, man. The guy fired Tom Landry.
Oh, my God. I completely – oh, God.
You did hire Jimmy Johnson and then fired him too.
Yeah. Seabass, let me come over to you because
him too.
This is a situation where the last 2 years, especially last year, they make the playoffs, have a really good, solid regular season, and then Green Bay comes in and Jordan Love earned that $50 million a year contract in one game. But when you lose like this and you have 3 home games, you give up 44, 28, and currently 47 in those 3 games this year, this home field, this home crowd, this home fans, and locally, they're going to turn on them quick. And I don't know if you can keep doing this at home and keep your job till the end of the year. I don't know. Seabass, I called you. It's you.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. My bad.
Oh.
What I was going to say was, look, Jerry Jones, if we go down the history of coaches, even Jason Garrett had some horrific seasons and losses. He's never fired anybody mid-season, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to let him finish out, and then he'll shove him to the side. But I don't know that he's fired anybody mid-season.
He's incredibly, incredibly loyal, and he made Jason Garrett the highest-paid assistant coach to keep him on the staff so he could take over. He was making over $3 million a year, Raphael, as a assistant coach, which is unheard of in the NFL or in college football.
And don't forget, McCarthy and his whole staff has only 1-year contracts. So they're gone anyways at the end of the season. So, yeah, I don't think they fire. I think there's only one head coach that could be fired. That could be Peterson. But, again, why would you fire him when you can let him play in London one more week and then fire him after he comes back from the second game London? So I think all the coaches are safe this week. That's my guess.
We could see history, AB. I don't know that there's ever been an NFL coach that has been fired on another continent before, and that's a possibility right now with the Jags playing 2 in a row.
It is a possibility, right? Like, especially it'd be wild if it were after 2 straight London games that they get coaches fired. Now they've got the Cowboys have what? Schottenheimer is the OC, and who's your boy, the defensive coordinator from Minnesota, former head coach.
I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah. He's like in the
Zimmerman.
60s, early. Yeah,
Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
If you were going to fire McCarthy, Zimmer could step right in for the rest of the year. And I think that Jerry fired Wade Phillips. I think that was the only time that he fired somebody midseason.
There's some really lucky, wealthy
5 seconds.
Yeah, there's been some really wealthy coaches out there that've been paid for a lot of years that you're like, Wade Phillips, really? The guy from Notre Dame, he got paid for like 8,000 years after. Oh, Weiss, he got paid as well. All right, good discussion so far. Looks like it's going to end up 47-9. We'll see. The Cowboys have the ball back. When we come back, it's time to prop it up. Also, we're looking at some really key matchups on the ground and also in the air tonight. Will this be the season coming out party for Jamar Chase, who does not have his contract yet? We'll discuss it. It's DTL Primetime Live on a Sunday evening, only on Stadium. All right, we continue on. We've done the away team, but what about the Giants? What kind of parlays, AB, did you cook up courtesy of DraftKings for the Giants tonight?
Let me tell you this. First off, if you see Mike Zimmer come to the podium, all right, with a big old lip of skull, that means they already fired McCarthy. He's taking over. He's feeling good. All right. Go the Giants here. Plus 3.5. All right. Running back Tyrone Tracy Jr. Hands up. Who knows who Tyrone Tracy Jr. is?
Not me.
Anytime
Not
TD.
me.
And the Daniel Jones, 175 plus passing yards plus 290. All right. Or Giants plus 3.5. Darius Slayton, anytime TD. Joe Burrow, 1+ pick, plus 575. And then at plus 700. Giants plus 3.5. Daniel Jones, 2+ touchdown passes. And Daniel Jones, 250 plus passing yards. Raphael, throwing it to you. What do you got?
And out of the Z, man, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Giants plus 3.5. Give me the 7-1. Daniel Jones, 2+ TD passes. That's right. Danny Dimes throwing TD passes all night. And then he also throws for 250 plus passing yards. Give me the 7-1.
Seabass?
Yeah, I just got the call from Big Chuck down in the dirty. He told me for show purposes only, we're going to go number 1, Giants plus 3.5, Tyrone Tracy Jr. with a touchdown, and Daniel Jones 175 on the passing yards.
All right. Coach, where you going?
Well, I'm not going to get crazy because the number 4 DJ to throw 2 touchdown passes is plus 161, which means it doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to go to the middle one. I like the Giants not getting 3.5. Darius Slayton, anytime touchdown. He's a player. And I think Joe Burrow, because I listened to the no-fly zone, throws at least 1 interception over the middle. You put it all 3 together, plus 575.
I like it. I like the last one, the plus 700. Except for the Giants plus 3.5. Like, I would take that one out, but I like the other 2. I do think Daniel Jones throws a lot tonight, but I can't roll the Giants on any of these spreads. You'd have to take it way up for me.
By the way, you guys can't make this up. The Cowboys just fumbled the ball back to the Detroit Lions. You can't make it up. I mean, this is embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Second highest road total in the history of the franchise today for Detroit. Second highest. Embarrassing. We're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds.
Hey, what's good, everybody? We are back with more Stadium Eats, and we are in the shadows of New York, East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. I don't know what they call this, but I'm telling you, it looks amazing. Start with yellow mustard and liquid smoke. This is going to be our binder. Rub that in on all of the sides. Now we have to season this up. I'm starting with my Bassett's Blend All-Purpose Hot. You can find that on my website. Use whatever seasonings you like. Top it with some butter into the oven, 350 degrees for 1 hour. Comes out looking like this. Add in beef stock and peach juice. Yes, peach juice. Cover that back in the oven, 250 for 4 hours. It's going to come out. It's going to be so nice and tender and delicious. Watch how this bone just pulls right out. Get you a couple of forks. Shred that up real nice. Make sure you use some of that juice, pour it in there to keep it all nice and moist. Now for our slaw, we've got mayo, whole grain mustard, apple cider vinegar. Mix that together, add in your slaw mix, finish it off. Now to build this, 2 pieces of white bread, some slab bacon, hot links, top it with the pulled pork. Then we add on that freshly made coleslaw, some Carolina-style barbecue sauce, and some chives for color. Man, this thing just looks and smells amazing. I don't know how you eat it. I hope they give you a fork, but I love all the components here. It smells great. Let's go in. We'll get a nice big bite. MetLife. Until the next dish, y'all.
Oh my God. All right. I need a 4-shot real quick, producer man. I need a 4-shot. 2 things. First of all, better days ahead. Said what we're all thinking. Stadium Eats. Hell yeah. I got a couple of questions. We always wait for it always comes down on the beard. I always like that little juice coming down the beard. But why do you talk like you're getting all dramatic when you start with the voiceover as you're making it? You get, hey, where's the shadows in here? I mean, I'm like hanging on every word.
It's the hook, coach. You know about the hook. You got to reel them in. So we get into it. And then, so I filmed that part like live, right, as I'm doing it. Then I cook everything and do that. And then as you see the cooking process, that's usually a voiceover, which I usually do first thing in the morning because the voice is still a little bit raspy, so it sounds good in there. And then you reel them back in with the whole final product, and that's how we put it together.
You lost AB when you said 4 hours. He needs his food, and he needs it right damn now. He's not waiting 4 hours.
Look, I get it. This is why I don't own a smoker, because I don't have time for that. But sometimes, if you want to do it right, you got to put some time in. AB, if you're going to do pulled pork right, it's not a 30-minute process.
Hey, no, you got to get that Traeger, get that pellet wood. You can set it, man. Walk back inside and chill. That's the way to do it.
Couple of
Damn
drinks,
right.
done deal.
All right, Liddy said it. Seabass, classy. Damn it, do I love stadium meets. I can't wait to see the stadium app with the only little process. You hit on it, you get like 8 stadium meet episodes, just bam, 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 because that's what we do. Content is king here at DTL. My whole crew brings a different thing to the table. No pun intended. All right, now we've given you our straight plays, but we still have props for tonight's game. A little section we like to call Prop It Up. All right, so all of you who don't like to play the total or the team totals or the spread, we got you covered. AB, I'm coming over to you because you're sticking to what you know. Quarterbacks, let's go.
Yes, sir. Quarterbacks indeed. Daniel Jones over half an interception, -120. Likely playing from behind, gonna have to throw, and the Bengals are gonna look to get him and the team out of balance, which is what causes interceptions in the NFL. Now, we're also going to play Joe Burrow, longest completion, over 37.5 yards at -110. If you want to go ahead and just play Jamar Chase, I think it's like 23.5 or something. You could do it. T. Higgins could do it too. He's going to unload the clip. All right. He's going to let the missiles fly. He's going to throw it deep many times tonight. So I like that over 37.5 on his longest completion. And then finally, Joe Burrow over 3.5 rush attempts at +125. Yes, Joe Burrow, not Daniel Jones, even though I like Daniel Jones on that one. But why Joe Burrow? Because the Giants lead the league in sacks, and the Bengals give up a lot of sacks. They had 3 last week. They're going to flush Joe Burrow out of the pocket, and he will run because they're 1-4. So remember that one. And as always, kneel downs count as rush attempts too.
Always. Big question in the chat from Big Kev. He says, hey, Mama Mims, does AB ever show up and say, Mama Mims, the meatloaf?
Dude, hey, I'll yell whatever she's cooking. I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, God. Will Ferrell, you got nothing on AB. Nothing. All right. Seabass, you also got 3 big plays tonight. What do you got?
We're going to take Greg Joseph tonight over 1.5 field goals. He only came in game 3, or game 2. Either way, he's done this in 2 of 3 games. The Bengals give up a lot of field goals, so give me his over 1.5 field goals. Next, we're going to take Daniel Jones over 30.5 rushing yards. The Bengals give up rushing yards to QBs. 4 out of 5 QBs they've played this year, they've given up this. Well, actually 3 out of 5. Patrick Mahomes only got 29, but he probably could have got 31. Anyway, their defense is soft. Quarterbacks run. Andy Dalton's the only guy who didn't get 30 yards against them. And then we're going to take Darius Slayton over 4.5 receptions tonight. Malik Neighbors was getting double-digit targets, but he's out. Those receptions got to go somewhere. And last week in Seattle, Slayton got like 11 targets. So we're going to take him over 4.5 receptions tonight.
All right, real quick. They had a pretty good handshake at midfield. It was that classic, you hit each other on the arm. Gotcha. Good job. There was nothing said, but it was very, very polite between Dan Campbell and Mike McCarthy. All right, Raphael, you also have 3 plays tonight. You are up, sir.
Yeah, I'm going with Daniel Jones over 32.5 passing attempts -105. This is covering me just in case they start losing and hit to throw the ball. I'm going to take the over 32.5 passing yards. He's hit this 3 straight games, Daniel Jones. So getting the minus a nickel, I'll take that one. And then going for Zach Morris over 41.5 rushing yards. Morris, 2 out of 3 games he has hit this one, and his rushing attempts I think are going to be higher this year because I think both teams are going to want to establish the run. So I thought 41.5 was a really good number. And then I love me some kicking props. Total field goals over 125.5 for the game. Bengals give up a lot of field goals. Both teams have given up hit this prop 2 out of their last 3 games. I think we're going to see a lot of 3 points going up. And then the game itself. This one might move to 4.5. 2 books, DraftKings or Caesars is one of them. 4 -120. If you're looking for that 4.5, keep an eye because it won't be on the board for long.
Are you serious? 4.5 on the road at 1-4? All right, AB, by the way, your crew is kind of letting a few things out of the bag over there. Randall, your boy, says he hasn't really done anything today because they started drinking yesterday at lunch and went till like 3 a.m. Now, I don't know if Mama Mams is talking about you or Randall, but she said in the chat he drinks Jack like it's water. Which it's talking about you or Randall?
Oh, that's Randall. I'm not lying. It's a top 5 largest Jack Daniels collection in the world. Not kidding. It's unbelievable. Kidding. I'll show you a pic right after the show. It's unbelievable. Right. And yeah, I was up for all those minutes too. We were up late last night.
It's what you do on a Saturday, baby. When Tennessee isn't doing what you want it to do, you have fun with your boys. That's what we're about in the universe. You're damn right. All right, we got some key matchups we got to get to. Let's start on the ground tonight. Chase Brown. And you said, AB, does anybody know who Tyrone Tracy Jr. is or Tyrone? Well, we're going to know tonight. Here are the numbers for both.
Yeah, and, this is the interesting part for the Bengals is that, as Raphael just said, I mean, you've got multiple guys here that have pretty identical numbers. So you look at the rush attempts for Chase Brown, that tells you right there, right? But low yardage here. Again, it would be very hard for me to take anything Giants rushing on the ground. These numbers are just too much. I mean, the game script is just not there for it. Maybe touchdown. Anything else? I just don't like anything rushing with either of these teams.
Our 2 favorite words sometimes, AB, stay away. Yeah. And Seabass. It's hard to think about the Bengals without Joe Mixon, who, by the way, ran for over 100 yards today for the Houston Texans. And then you got Chase Brown coming in. On the ground tonight, do either one of these guys or the teams do anything in your mind?
Like AB said, man, it's tough to look at these teams as rushing teams. They want to throw the ball around. But if I got to take one, for show purposes, if we're going to take one, give me Tyrone Tracy. I already talked about how that Bengals secondary gives up a lot of rushing yards. I'm going to take him over his longest rush, over 12 and a half.
All right, very good. Let's flip the script now for Raphael. Let's go over to the receivers. And you got one stud, and then you got one number 2 who's becoming a number 1, Raphael. But Jamar Chase, the fact that they have him at 5.5, but his receiving yards is 76.5, that tells me that perhaps that longest reception could be in play. Your thoughts?
I agree. 25.5 for longest receptions. That's probably the one I would look at. But Robinson, he's now the number 1. I think longest reception at 17.5 and receptions at 5.5 could be very interesting for him because he's going to be one of those key factors that Danny Dimes is going to be looking at. But for a longest reception, it has to be Chase.
It's got to be AB. I mean, and this is a guy, too. I don't know how many more losses they can have before Chase erupts because he's playing without that big contract, and he's made it public. He wants $40 million plus, way more than Justin Jefferson. Does that play in tonight?
I mean, he's going to go for it, especially both of them coming from LSU and their quarterback coming from LSU, right? Yeah, 100% after a big win last night for the Tigers. Yeah, man, the difficult part is that you got T. Higgins, too. Like, T. Higgins has some big numbers out there, but I'm with Raphael. Like, there's a reason why I'm playing Joe Burrow's longest completion over 37.5. Like, he's going to let it fly. There's no reason not to. There's absolutely no reason not to.
You can't play scared tonight, right, Seabass? And to Higgins, it's 4.5, little juicy, minus 130, and then Higgins' yards is 56.5. So if you could only play one, Chase or Higgins, which one would you play, Seabass?
Yeah, I think I've got to play Chase here. That juiciness on Higgins is a little bit much. Same as on Robinson. He was a little juicy tonight too. But Chase can, there's an old saying, Coach, you can wish in one hand and do something else in the other. Tell me which one fills up first. He's not Justin Jefferson numbers. I don't care what he does tonight, but I like his longest reception.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that. I think the longest reception tonight because they're going to try to go deep. They're going to try to get up early and then get up often, and they better not think about taking the gas pedal off because they can give up a lot of points. They give up 41 last week to the Ravens, and at 1-4 and playing the same division as Baltimore, you're already starting to think about wild card at best if you're still thinking about the playoffs. You got to get some dubs. All right, we come back. We look forward to Monday and also maybe a little baseball for 30 seconds. And also it's time to get into the club. Let's go. Prime time on Stadium. All right, all you OGs out there, you let us know on social media. You love when we play the points bands. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, AB, but I nailed this perfectly on Thursday night, and I'm ready to do it again. Let's go.
You did, and you nailed it. You nailed it both teams, right? Literally.
Yep.
And, all of them are plus money. It's a great way to do it. So let's play it again here. All right, anybody that's brand new, how points bands work is you're essentially picking, all right, the quadrant here of the final score of each team. So if the Bengals win 27-17, that means Bengals 21-30 plus 140 cashes, 17 for the Giants, 11-20 plus 150 cashes. Makes sense? So that's where we go. I won't read them all. You can see them there. So, Raphael, throw it to you first. All right. Coach is the OG here on this. We'll throw it to you first. Pick one for both teams.
For the Bengals, I'm going to 11-20. The Giants defense wakes up at home in the Meadowlands. Give me the plus 225, 11-20, and then the Giants. I'll take 21-30 at plus 165. I'm a G-man tonight. I think the Giants win it. I'm gonna take these plus 4. I'm like you guys. I'm waiting for this 4.5. I might have to make my first live bet on the air if this thing moves to 4.5.
Wait, is Lawrence Taylor active tonight? You're feeling the Giants. All right. Hey, shout out to Mark Bavaro. Let's go, baby. All right. Steve Bass, what up?
Wow, Raphael, I know you took the Giants plus 3.5. I didn't know you had them on the money line. Let me get the Bengals plus 320 in that 31-40 range. And then the Giants, I'm gonna put them in that 11-20 range.
Okay. Coach, where you going?
Out of your mind, Seabass. They're both going to be 21-30. This is going to be like 26-25, 27-26, something like that. The Giants cover. They both get into the 20s. I don't even know you get to 11. Stop it. Go ahead, AB. Stop it.
I'm going to go Bengals in the 31-40. I'll go the Giants in the 11-20 plus 150.
Wow,
AB synergy,
guys.
Yeah.
Synergy, nothing. I had somebody in the chat. I was going to read something. Now I can't. Oh, Matt says, Coach, you haven't really called us degenerates all night. You guys know right here, your crew members and all of you degenerates that watch us on YouTube. Thank you very much. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back to Stadium. As we count down, we got about 13 minutes left in the show. And then Sunday Night Football, we're all going to enjoy together. We got 3 things still to get to. It's time to look ahead first and foremost, but not to Monday Night Football yet. AB, this morning we talked about it on the morning show, and it's getting ready to have the first pitch here in about 20 minutes. And it's Game 1, National Championship Series. The Mets are about 53 miles to be exact from where I'm sitting right now to take on the Dodgers. Game 1, can the Mets still win in Game 1? The Dodgers have been right around minus 155 today.
The Mets good. I mean, their bats are hot. Nobody's hotter in Major League Baseball than the New York Mets. Look, I like the over tonight. Quite frankly, I think both of these teams survived and said, all right, let's just go mash. That's what gets it done. Yeah, I like the over 7.5.
All right, so 7.5. Raphael, what do you like tonight?
I agree. I think it's going to go over, so I'll take the 7.5 with AB. And I'm rooting for the Dodgers. I do not want a Subway Series. I'm sorry, East Coast. I don't want to hear Subway Series for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't want the Subway Series. So I want
live from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I want the Dodgers and Yankees. I want Judge versus Ohtani. That's what I want.
Can you imagine how just brutally annoying New Yorkers would be if both of their teams are in the World Series? Oh, Seabass. We're talking about now. I will say this, and it's very juicy, but if you want to play the Mets on the run line, because these games are normally pretty close, it's like minus 160 plus 1.5. Do you like anything tonight, either team or the total?
Look, give me just the Dodgers. I'm with Raphael. I don't want to see a Subway Series. We saw this a few years back. It was boring. Half the country, 2/3 of the country didn't really care about it. I don't care about it, and I live on the East Coast. No, let me see the Dodgers. I like what Raphael said. Let me see Judge. Let me see Ohtani. Let's see the real superstars. That's the problem. The Mets don't have any superstars. Lindor's great, but Stars.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Fox wants the Dodgers and the Yankees. Raphael, go.
DraftKings just moved it to 4.5, boys and girls, like I called it.
This is great. I can't even believe it. I feel like I'm missing something. I really, really do. All right, quickly, we got to look forward to tomorrow night. Only one Monday night game this week. The Bills on the road, -2. The Jets are in a shambles. But if you so choose, you can get them on the money line at +110, total 40.5. Now, you're asking yourself, why is the number here? Well, Josh Allen is not healthy. So the Bills do not come in even close to 100%. AB, your initial take?
The Aaron Rodgers got the head coach out of there, showed his ass. He'll show up. He knows. Aaron Rodgers, this ain't new to him. All right. He cannot lose this game. You cannot lose this game if you're Aaron Rodgers. He goes off. Fade him the next game, but he'll go off.
Don't you know in one of his 3 appearances this week on the Pat McAfee show that he resents the fact that people think he had anything to do with it? Come on,
Yeah.
he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? I don't go on 3 shows to tell something that I did. All right. I do it to tell something that I don't want people knowing that I did.
He didn't go
you don't
on
hear me
3
saying,
shows.
"Hey, put pants on." Like,
He didn't go on 3 shows. He went on the same show 3 times. It's different. It's different. It's levels, and he failed at all of them.
At all of them. At all of them. But Seabass, from a game perspective, when you don't have a healthy kind of perennial all-pro in Josh Allen and you're an Aaron Rodgers who has really underperformed, looked old in London, he's got a lot to prove. He does not want to go out at the end of his career with this being his legacy. Torn Achilles, fired head coach, and just kind of whimpering through 2024. Your initial take?
Coach, again, you can wish in one hand and do whatever in the other. I don't care. What happens, happens. Now, initially, I want to take the Bills. We talked bad about the Bills all offseason and what they could and couldn't do, and they proved us wrong. However, historically speaking, coaches or teams that fire a head coach and bring in a coach midseason, that first game, they do really, really well. I don't know. I conflicted. I got nothing.
Raphael, is this thing going to move to 4 by tomorrow night? What the hell?
Well, at 5:36 today, Coach, this one went from 2 to -1. So it is 1 right now, pretty much everywhere on the board except 1.5 in Vegas. We'll probably see Pick'em, and I think we'll see Jets favorite tomorrow.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Josh Allen, get well soon. By the way, Mama Mims in the chat says, DTL, y'all need to do a live show somewhere so we can all attend and meet all of our new friends. I'm just saying.
I travel. I'm in.
Yeah, we can travel. Somebody's got to bring the barbecue. Seabass, you're on that. Somebody needs to bring the jack. AB, you're on that. Raphael, what can you bring to the party?
Best scotch. I don't like Jack. Good bourbon.
Way to come through strong there, Raphael. Nice job there. Way to just stop.
He's coming with numbers, Coach. He's bringing the numbers of the people.
all the fun
how
things.
to make a bet on TV. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Now, we are at the most serious point of the show. I kid you not. If you're new to DTL Primetime, I'm telling you right now, I am not messing around. This is where you get into the club. Tina was the first one. She's in the chat. Ask her all about it. But now we've got AB, Big Chuck, Seabass, DG. They're all popping bottles every single primetime night. Then there's a few of us that aren't. A lot of you in the chat that aren't. So let's get serious. AB, you're the first one. Nobody has 2 yet. So you still get to be the first to go. Where are we going tonight?
Well, we'll go to the Cincinnati Bengals side, and my man, the dog, Andre Iosivas, baby, plus 2,000, because I'm a sea of all of us. That was a bad joke to the pay window. Look, your boy's got 3 tutties on the year. Joe Burrow likes him. They get down to the red zone, he'll hit him. Might hit him deep, too. I love Andre, man.
All right. Now, as I look at oh, God, it drives me insane that Seabass has one, too. All right, Seabass, rules are rules. You get to go next. You're up.
Yeah, I waited for all of you guys to send in your picks today, and I like the Iosivas pick. He's got the most red zone targets for the Bengals. Everything, like I said, everybody says the Bengals are going to score first. That's what the lines say. So I'm going to go Mike Gesicki at plus 2,200.
Okay. All right. All right. So the 2 that are in the club that are poking their heads out to laugh at the rest of us, they've gone. So now, Raphael, let me come over to you because you're going with a guy that normally I don't like a quarterback pick. But when you got a guy that uses his legs a lot, I don't mind it. Tell me why.
Quarterback sneak at the 1-yard line, and Danny Dimes scores first, and the Giants go up 7-0. And if you guys made fun of me for taking the Giants today, I get to laugh inside the club at the people who made fun of me outside the club.
Leave it to Raphael to predict the most boring touchdown possible to get into the club. A 1-yard sneak is what you're predicting tonight?
It doesn't matter. I'll be in the club. I don't know how you get in there. It doesn't matter. You're in.
Oh,
That's
man. All right.
Wait, Coach, they're giving Seabass a tough time in the chat. Mike Jasicki at minus 2,200. That's a bold play right there.
Did I say minus? I said plus.
That's a little chalky.
I said plus.
I'm messing with you.
Just a little bit. Good job, Seabass. Nice job.
Listen.
Oh, man.
Coach, I know you're not talking, Coach. Do you see what's above my name?
Whoa. Sometimes you just got to eat it. Okay. All right. Me and producer man are going on the Giants side of things. I just went back and I looked at a few box scores, and producer man got Darius Slayton ahead of me. Very chalky. He told me he does not care. That's okay, producer man. I got you. But I went with Eric Gray because I think tonight, in the shadows of New York City, it's going to be a very gray, overcast sky. And I can see it. 18-yard line. Joe Burrow just threw a pick, helping us out with the no-fly zone. And then Daniel Jones finds Eric Gray at 3 catches, 50 yards a week ago. I think he has 3 more tonight. One of those finds the end zone. We get in the club. And yes, Matt, you said I will be insufferable tomorrow morning on the Monday edition of DTL Live on Stadium if I get in tonight. Insufferable. I only got time for one final take. AB, let's make it yours, sir.
Eric Gray played at Tennessee. I love EG. Look, Bengals got to score. Got to score early, throw it deep. Bombs, 9 routes, go.
All right, there you go. Another great show. We go north of 2,000 live tonight. It's absolutely awesome. Thanks to all of you. And understand that there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, Lumbo. My man Seabass, I love Stadium Eats. My numbers guy Raphael always has what I need. AB, no fly zone, nothing like it. Producer man always making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about, even primetime right here on Stadium. See you tomorrow morning. Good luck.